Hello and welcome back to another episode of White Album 2. We are playing through the closing chapter. So, again, still on Haruki and Setsuna's date, coming to the very end where they started making out and Setsuna admitted she did not want to go home. So, definitely moving fast. Let's see where they go from here.
そうだったんだ。そんな気づかないところでも優しかったんだね。
今は優しくないかな。
すごかった。激しかった。男の子じゃなくて男の人だった。
悪い。
I squeezed Setsuna's lower lip with my lips, moved my tongue around, and licked at hers greedily. I wasn't being gentle at all, even though it's been so long since the last time. And precisely because it's been so long since then, I couldn't control myself at all.
でもね、昔と全然変わらないとこあったよ。
何か？
春樹くんの左の刃、キスするといつもちょっとだけ当たるの。
Is that a bad thing? I think that's a bad thing.
懐かしい。本当に春樹くんとのキスなんだね。
刹那。
This time, I unhesitatingly stick my tongue in her mouth and skillfully explore the slippery texture inside. After that, I suck her tongue into my mouth, attacking it in every way possible with my tongue, lips, and teeth. More intensely than just moments before, and much more intensely than I did 3 years ago, I send Setsuna even deeper into a trance with my passion-filled kiss. Can you imagine? Oh my god, there's so many people around them. I can imagine sharing a kiss, but I mean, the way she's... my gosh.
もういいから。
The choices will still continue.
春樹くんがね、あの頃の3人をリセットしようって言うんなら。
喋らないで。
Beyond any of our choices lie even more decisions. Before we can even see the full consequences of our previous choice, we're confronted with even more unknowns.
私はね、この空白の3年間を取り戻さなくちゃならない。
刹那。
The situation is progressing far faster than I can keep up with.
春樹くんが好きで好きで好きで好きで、片時も離れたくない甘えん坊の私に早く戻らなくちゃならないの。
They are so intense. I mean, I guess trying to make up for 3 years worth of pining. Room number 1732. A little Christmas present from me to you. Don't worry, I paid for it already. That's why. I don't know what's safe and what's not anymore.
あのさ、部屋取ってある。
I'm simply staying true to my desires. I only know that I'm taking the path that my instincts demand me to. I can see that it's still snowing through the window. But the snow I see now seems lighter, as if it'll stop at any second. A clear night view takes form as both the sea covered in a deep black and the bridge decorated in a dazzling white come into sight below me. This is a beautiful room, by the way. But no matter how much I force myself to enjoy this scenery through the windows of a high-rise, I can't quell the disturbances in my emotions right now. As if I bet all my chips on black and can only sit and watch as the roulette spins, impatience and unbelievable amounts of excitement flood my mind. When I got in the room with Setsuna just now, even I was amazed at myself for being able to hold myself back. Even as I suggested that she take a shower first, it was tearing me apart since I really wanted to just embrace her and make her mine right then and there. So much for taking it slow. Even now, I can't guarantee that seeing Setsuna walk out of the bathroom dripping wet won't awaken some sort of primal beast within me. First, I should hold her down with my entire body so that she can't fight back. After that, should I forcefully attack her or gradually tease her? I might even be licking my lips thinking about scary things like that. I can't trust myself to act rational at all. Jeez, Haruki. I've completely strayed from my initial goals. Right now, I can't see myself treating her with gentlemanly sincerity. I can't do this. I can't do something that will only bring her discomfort. But Setsuna, on the other hand, didn't shy away at all, even during the check-in. As I shakily wrote down Izuka Takeya onto the sheet, she unreservedly pressed up right against me, burying her face in my shoulder. Also, hotels check IDs, so why would you make up a name? I don't know. That just seems silly. Not trying to hide what we came to this hotel for at all. And when I struggled to come up with a second fake name, she took the pen from me and promptly wrote down Mizusawa Iwo right beside it. Oh, Io and Takeya, that's cute. Having forced down a few mouthfuls of cola, I let out a few carbonic acid-laden breaths. Ew! Listen, cola's aftertaste is disgusting, and you're about to be making out with Setsuna. That's nasty. Brush your teeth. I need to calm down. I need to be gentle. I can't turn back now. I have to go through with it. But if that's the case, then no matter what, I can't let Setsuna leave here with painful memories. Once morning comes, I want to smile and take comfort in knowing that the path I chose was the right one.
Oh.
There's someone here to witness this desperate and pathetic side of me, with the same cold expression as always. Inside my bag. Because Setsuna couldn't fit it in her bag, I held on to the copy of Ensemble.
なんだよ。
On the cover is a woman with long black hair in a black dress. The color is just as reminiscent of a crow as it always has been.
そんな目で見るな。いつも俺のことバカにしやがって。
Haruki, put the book away. And the fact that you always look so cool while doing so, makes me even angrier. Past the colored pages at the beginning, I can see her solo performance. Kazusa, the piano and the stage, the spotlight, the audience seats, and Kazusa again. Haruki really has to get his head in the game, and dwelling on the past after you promised each other you wouldn't? Kind of a dumb thing to do.
なんなんだよ。
What's with this fulfilled look of immersion on your face? Ecstatically playing the piano like this, you only showed me that side of you one single time. But I fell asleep in the middle of it, so I can't even remember it too well. Hey, Kazusa. I'm glad that you went to Europe. I'm glad that you found success. Gaining all this fame is simply amazing. Unlike amateurs such as myself, you're surrounded by people that truly understand your value. I'm really glad. What a joke. You're a celebrity, a budding pianist showered with expectation, a thoroughbred breast with beauty, talent, and lineage. Stop making me laugh, you delinquent. If I hadn't been there to guide you on the right track, right now you'd just be some shut-in, going through life as you please with your mother's money. That is so mean. Oh my gosh. Like, this is terrible. Oh, I made you. Like, how dare you leave me? Like, those thoughts are horrid. Horrid, horrid. This is so ridiculous, so idiotic. These bits of dry laughter are all I can manage.
"私はずっと春樹くんが好きだった。彼も私を愛してくれるって言った。私を求めてくれた。だから私たちの前に障害なんか何もない。不安なんかかけらもない。後悔なんかするわけない。だって昔のことなんか全部忘れたんだから。ごめん、カズサ。私、今日あなたから春樹くんを奪う。もう誰にも渡さないよ。
Oh, Setsuna.
春樹くん。
And here's the fan service.
何か飲む？
Yeah, offer her some
私は
cola.
いい。
Then you both could smell like cola mouths.
そう。こっち来る？大丈夫だよ。お互い焦らず行こう。朝まで時間はたっぷりあるんだし。座ったら。せつな。
春樹くんはシャワー。
そっか、そうだな。ごめん、気が回らなくて。
She's like, you smelly.
そんなこと。
Not really. She just wants more time to think this over. She's nervous.
じゃあちょっと待ってて。すぐに出てくるから。
いいよ、ゆっくり温まっても。朝まで時間はたっぷりあるよね。
だな。せつなの言う通りだ。それじゃあ。春樹くん、なんだか 何？
なんでもない。待ってるから。
うん。
先に脱いでおいた方がいいかな。
Oh, Setsuna's so cute.
脱がせてもらう方がいいよね。やっぱり何か飲もう。あれ？カズサ。ごめん、カズサ。今からの私、見ないで。
Oh, come on.
なんでベッドの上にあるの？
Oh, come on. Haruki. Fatal mistake. It's almost time. Tonight will mark the end. We'll be able to be at ease from tomorrow on. We'll truly be able to move forward as two. Since, well, nobody treats their own body as a burden, right? Nobody has ever collapsed under their own weight, right? So if Setsuna becomes my other half, then I won't feel burdened anymore. Listen, therapy. You can't just depend on another person to hold you up and make you forget all this trauma. You need to talk it out and fix yourself before you can come together with another person. Both Setsuna and I will finally be free from the curse we placed on ourselves. Hey, Kazusa. Today's the day I'm going to forget you. From now on, I'll be writing my history with Setsuna, and Setsuna alone. This should have come about much earlier, really. If you had just ignored me from the start, we would have been living much more happily than we are now. Yeah, right. Pinning the blame on you when it's really all my fault is pretty terrible of me. Thank you, there you go. But I won't apologize to you, okay? Because while I'm the one who made Setsuna cry, you betrayed her with me as well, didn't you? I mean, yeah, that is true. Weren't we accomplices? Oh. He's in such a fragile state of mind. They really shouldn't be doing this. Goodbye. This is farewell, Kazusa. Pictured, Touma Kazusa during her time as a student at Hojo High School. Absences, 54 days in the first year, 91 days in second year, and 37 days after switching to the regular program in third year. However, absences in third year were to prepare for studying abroad after she was certified for graduation. It should be noted that during these 3 years of Touma Kazusa's education, she has never been incredibly ill, and was the very epitome of good health.
Haruki-kun らしい闇だよね.
Pictured, Hojo High School Music Room 2. There are 3 music rooms in Hojo High. Music Room 1 is used exclusively by students in the regular program. Music Room 3 is used exclusively by students in the music program. Music Room 2 was mainly used as a spare classroom. However, during Touma Kazusa's 3 years at school, she utilized it as her exclusive practice room.
留年するぞお前ら。私なんかに付き合ってると。
何言ってんだ。逆だ。お前が卒業するんだよ。俺たちと付き合ってるばっかりに。
学園祭が終わったらマンツーツーだからね。私英語だけは春樹くんより成績いいな。
どうせ俺たち推薦も卒業もほとんど確定だし、追試の追試の追試まで付き合ってやるからな。
バカじゃないのか。
ここにはトーマよりバカはいません。
ひどいよ春樹くん。カズさんのことになると悪口ばっかり。
Pictured, the stage during the Hojo High School Festival. Due to the discord between her and Yoko, Kazusa spent many days separated from the piano, but could not completely remove herself from music as a whole. Atop this stage, her performance was not limited to only the keyboard, but extended to the sax and bass as well. For the first time in several years, she was met with an applause from her audience.
俺のギター、初めて真面目に聴いてくれたやつだから。
I love Glasses and Braids Setsuna, she's so cute! When Kazusa had first arrived at the school, due to the tension from the multitude of conflicts between her and the classmates and teachers, it only took a few days for her to be completely isolated from her surroundings. However, her high aspirations that wouldn't allow for compromises in the lectured material, practice schedule, and the level of her performance was also an important deciding factor. Touma Kazusa had inherited not only the incredible talent, but also the troublesome attitude of her mother, Touma Yoko.
あいつ性格は悪いんだけど、悪に徹しきれないお人よしな部分が面白いんだとか。評判とか噂とか、そんなのが何だってんだよ。トーマってさ、根は優しいやつなんだよ、本当に。そう、みんなに分かってもらえないの悔しいな。
The isolated and overly emotional Kazusa followed in the footsteps of the wild and equally emotional Yoko. and chose not to restrict herself to Japan's musical world. But it's because of this that she was able to meet Yoko's former mentor, Martin Flugel, who helped her talents bloom so beautifully.
俺たちにできることはさ、あいつの決断を尊重することくらいしかないよ。だから俺はあいつが望んだ通り笑って送り出す。
Currently, she's living in a detached house in the suburbs of Vienna, along with her teacher, rival, and mother, with whom she'd once cut all ties, Touma Yoko. What footsteps will this budding talent leave behind in the world? You'll find the answers to that in the future endeavors of Touma Kazusa. And at the end, an impudent postscript. Be it Kazusa herself or the people watching over her journey from now on, they should all offer their gratitude to a certain person. No matter how much Touma Kazusa herself might deny this, if it were not for Touma Yoko, she would not be who she is now, both as an artist and as a person in general. Isn't this just a great mood? Both Haruki and Setsuna crying so hard.
Setsuna.
Opening the bathroom door, I found the room exactly as I had left it, dimly lit and dead silent. Setsuna seems to have seated herself on the bed, with her face turned away from me.
Setsuna.
As I try to get a peek at her face, after slowly circling to face her, she turns away even more. Is she doing this out of embarrassment or some other emotion? As someone who's desperately trying to hold back his own emotions, I can't seem to tell.
どうしたの？怖くなった？
She does give me a response in the form of her head shaking, but she's still unwilling to look in my direction. She doesn't seem to be scared. She doesn't seem to be embarrassed either. But Setsuna looks visibly different from how she was 10 minutes ago.
Setsuna.
Ah. The hand that I reach out to her cheek in an attempt to get her to face me is slapped away almost instantly. It was so far removed from what I had expected that it felt like time stood still for a brief moment. And yet, Setsuna didn't panic and say something along the lines of, "I didn't mean that," like she always does. Which means that she really did mean what she just did.
どうして？
Oh boy. I've realized that Setsuna is rejecting me. Kneeling beside the bed, I take a look at Setsuna's face from below. The flushed red skin she had when she got out of the bath is gone, and replacing it is a porcelain white complexion coupled with an ice-cold expression. In contrast to the coolness of the rest of her body, her downcast eyes look heated and reddened.
Oh.
Her swollen eyes are, without a doubt, a result of a particular thing that was left on the side of the bed.
ごめん。しまい忘れてた。
That is not what you should be apologizing for. How about, I'm sorry I was staring at Kazusa when we're both about to make love for the first time? Such an idiot. Kazusa's gaze is set on the both of us as she remains within the picture. Should the person we don't want looking at us the most happen to stare at what we're about to do, we will definitely feel disturbed in some way. Even if only a little. So, when her delicate hand gently pins down my hand as I hurriedly try to close the magazine, an ominous premonition of impending punishment strikes my core, stopping me dead in my tracks.
本当はね。
It's only been 10 minutes since I last heard Setsuna's voice, and yet it sounds so frail now, So brittle. Her feelings of uncertainty were laid bare for me to see.
私この記事もう何十回も読んだんだ。発売日に自分で買って。
In truth, it wasn't entirely beyond the realm of possibility. It shouldn't have taken much to realize that Setsuna wouldn't miss a magazine that had Kazusa, of all people, on the cover.
特に12ページから16ページのところ、カズさんの生い立ちから日本を立つまでの話。
12ページ。
That's why, even the fact that she's able to pinpoint the portions I was responsible for so easily should have been within my expectations.
穴が開くほど読んだ。いつも最初は苦笑いから始まって、そのうちおかしさがこみ上げて声を出して笑って。
ひどい文章だからな。
読み終わった頃には涙が止まらなくなってた。ねえ、春樹くん、もう一度答えて。春樹くんはカズサのことを忘れたの？
忘れたよ。
Which is why. The fact that she can't quite believe what I'm saying should have been obvious as well.
どうやって忘れたの？
I need to put an end to this. I should just stay silent, take her in my arms, gently pat her head, and just stay by her side until she calms down.
3年も経ったんだ。どんな思いだっていつか自然に消えてくよ。
Though the truth is that I can't. Trying to trick someone without using words just isn't the way I communicate with others.
そう。3年もかかった。その間、刹那に辛い思いをさせた。本当にごめん。
So I can only use every word I know until I get her to accept it from the bottom of her heart.
ごめんな、刹那。
Before I touch her body, I first have to touch her heart. What? What is with that cheesiness? That's funny. That's really funny. Quote that. Yikes. I messed up again. Once more I tried to reach toward her face, and once more my hand was pushed away, with a greater force this time.
何を忘れたって？何を消したって？
But even if I'm using every word I can, if those words can't reach her, trying to touch her heart is...
3年前の春樹くんと何が変わったっていうの？
Ouch.
刹那。
Impossible.
もう正直に言っちゃうね。
Setsuna's no longer the same woman who so unabashedly entrusted her body to me as we entered the hotel.
春樹くんが本当のこと話してくれないから、私切れちゃうね。
Yikes. I mean, if she didn't see you literally laying on the bed reading that magazine, like, are you kidding me? You can't even focus on her for one night, not even a night, for 1 hour? Terrible. Finally facing me with her red, swollen eyes, she unhesitatingly rejects me as if she's given everything up.
私ね、この記事もう何十回も読んだんだ。読むたびに笑って泣いて、心と体の両方が痛くてたまらなくて。だって言ってること何も変わってないんだもん。カズさを追い続けてたあの頃の春樹くんと。
何よ、そんなことあるわけ。
I need to refute her. Because I can't just trick her with an embrace anymore, because the only thing I'm good at is defeating others with my words.
俺、あいつを利用したんだ。売り渡したんだ。ただ受け狙いで悪口ばかり面白おかしく書き殴って。
こんなに愛がこもってるのに、カズさへの気持ちがにじみ出てるのに。
Oh man. Okay, before we get into the real heart of this, we will stop there for today. Thank you so much for being here on this episode of Closing Chapter, and I'll be back with you shortly. Until then, hope you take care. See you!